Okay, so we're going to look at the essential questions. How can you use elimination to solve a system of linear equations? Remember, we've already looked at two different ways to solve a system of equations. One is graphing and one is substitution. So the third way is elimination. Now let's think about that name. Why do you think it's called the elimination method? What are we eliminating here? We're eliminating something. So that's what we're going to look at in just a second. Another hint may be that it's also called by some the addition method. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. The steps, how to solve elimination method is a system of equations by elimination is by first multiplying, if necessary, one or both equations by a constant. So at least one pair of like terms has the same or opposite coefficients. I will show you what that means in a second. Then we're going to add or subtract to eliminate one of the variables. Solve step 3, the resulting equation, and then step 4 is what we always do. We substitute the value from 1, so if x equals something, we'd substitute that into the original equations and solve for the other variable. Okay, if that was math easy and didn't make sense, maybe it will as we start working out some problems. So looking at this first one here, it says solve the system of linear equations by elimination. So we could get the answer by graphing, of course. We could get it by substitution, but it's saying elimination. Actually, I find this to be the easiest way to do it myself. We have two equations here, and just observe these equations. This top one here and this bottom here. What do you notice? What's the same about them? What's different about them? Well, one observation is that the center term here, 2y, has its opposite, a negative 2y, underneath. So two different equations, and the reason this is the easiest for me is you literally just add them straight down. Let me show you what I mean. 3x plus 3x is 6x. You have a positive 2y minus 2y, they cancel out. They're eliminated. Oh, that's the name of what we're doing. We're eliminating. And then 4 take away 4 is 0. Just divide both sides by 6. And we get the answer that x equals 0. We've essentially followed these steps. We multiplied, if necessary, one or both sides. Actually, we didn't have to do that. We were able to go to step 2 in this case. We were adding or subtracting to eliminate one of the variables. We added the two different equations and were able to eliminate the y's. We found that x equals 0. Okay. Well, now we have to do the last step, which we already should be familiar with, which is substitute the value in to the original equation and solve. So let's do that. If x equals 0, we have x, but we still need to find y. So I'm going to rewrite one of these equations to figure out what the y is. It doesn't matter which. I'll choose the bottom one this time. 3x minus 2y equals negative 4. But what am I substituting in place of an x? Well, you already know it's a 0. 3 times 0 minus 2y equals negative 4. 0 minus 2y equals negative 4. Now, since this is nothing, it's 0, I don't even need to write it. So negative 2y equals negative 4. Divide both sides by a negative 2. And we're solving for y. Negative divided by negative is a positive. Y equals 2. So if x is 0, then y would be 2. There's your answer. And then we just solved it. Now, you can always check your work by substituting this back in, this ordered pair, into either one of these equations. Since I chose the bottom one, I will choose the top one. It doesn't matter. Just substitute it back into. So 3x plus 2y equals 4. 3, but we're saying x is 0, plus 2, we're saying y is 2, equals 4. 3 times 0 is 0, plus 2 times 2 is 4. Bring down the 4. Does 4 equal 4? Yes, it does. It's true. We did it right. Yay. All right. So that's the first example of doing it by elimination. I'm going to do another example. This time I want you guys to take notes on it. This is required in your journals. So let's do it quickly here. You probably can observe just by looking at these two different equations what's going to be eliminated, right? Negative 2x and a positive 2x, let's add them straight down. Negative 2 and a positive 2 is 0, they cancel. 3 minus 1y would be 2y. 4 take away 8 would be a negative 4. Divide both sides by 2. Y equals negative 2. You found your y. Now we need to go and find the x. I can choose either one of these two. I'll just choose the bottom one. Doesn't matter. So 2x minus y equals negative 8. 2x minus, but instead of a y, I'm going to substitute in what the y equals. We know the y equals negative 2. Equals negative 8. A negative next to a negative. Positive. Just solve for x now. These cancel out. 2x equals negative 10. Divide both sides by 2. And then x equals negative 5. So if y is a negative 2, then x would be a negative 5. We'll go ahead and put that in the answers. And there you go. There you have it. And so you can always check your work by substituting them back in and seeing that they're right. So let's do that really quick. I'm going to just choose the bottom one because you can choose either one. Whoops. I'm working it out here and you can't see it. Let me rewrite that. So 2 times a negative 5 would be a negative 10. A negative next to a negative is a positive. So negative 10 and a positive 2 would equal negative 8. And that equals, oops, sorry, negative 8 is what it should bring down. Negative 8. Yes, that's true. Yay. Got it right. We're awesome. Okay. We'll stop here for right now, and we'll continue next